Good evening, everybody. Just wait and see how many people have the video going. Just wait and see. 2 people on already, which is nice. Thank you very much. And I'll just pop around and say hi. How's everyone doing out there? Hopefully the weather's pretty good. I got a message from Andrea before saying she's camping, so hopefully that is really nice weather for you. And she said it was lovely actually in Wellington. Who's out there? Who? You can see that. Oh, Fiona. Hi, Fiona. Trace and Heidi watching. All right, so what I thought we'd do today is do a little bit of a faux DSP, faux torn DSP. So, and you just use that using inks and either, I'm using blending brushes if you've still got sponges or if you've got daubers. Hi, Heather and Alison. Hello. Oh, it's been fab weather. I saw you in the spa, Fiona. A little bit jealous. Hi, Sandra. It's been miserable, wet and windy up here. So not only are we in lockdown, but we have a miserable grey day. Yesterday, not so bad. I managed to get 1, 2, 3, 4 loads of washing done and popped out load through the dishwasher. We use solar power, so we try and get as much of it done when the sun is shining. So yeah, a load in the dryer, 4 in the washing machine, got some outside almost dry during the day, so that was great, but that wouldn't have happened today, that's for sure. All right, enough babbling. I'm going to flip you over. We're going to get started. When I'm doing it, I used for my sample, I used post-it notes, and you could so use post-it notes if you want to. I'm also going to show you how to do it using just a piece of A4 paper, piece of photocopy paper, in case that's something that you want to do as well. You don't have to have post-its. All right. Okay, let me flip you over and I will get started. How is that? Let's see, a little bit high. Let me move that down a bit. How's that? Okay. All right, so looks a bit crooked on my screen, but that's okay. Hopefully it's not too crooked for you. So we're going to start off with, I'm using vanilla, very vanilla, Mango Melody, and some Pacific Point, and it was colours that I kind of don't really use a lot of, so I thought it was quite good. It would be quite good to use something a little bit different. So to start with, and I'm also using this stamp set here called Enjoy the Moments, which is which when I've used, I tend to use like real neutral kind of colours, so I thought it would be quite a good one to go out of the box. Thank you, Heather. All right, so let's just get my stuff out. So other than this little sponging thing, it's a fairly straightforward card in terms of, it's your standard A5 base. The matting and stuff is what we would normally use, so 5 7/8. Nope, that's not the right one. 5 7/8 for the Mango Melody. It appears that I haven't trimmed that down. And then that one is 3 3/4 by 5.5. So we don't need that at the moment, but what we do need is some paper. Now, if you're wanting to use post-it notes, if you've got longer post-it notes, then they would work really well. Which, that sort of size, then you'd only be putting a couple together and you could kind of tear along there. When I did it the other day, I used the standard size ones and actually just like stuck them together like so, and then just to make sure that they didn't move, pop some washi tape across the top, and then was able to stick the washi tape down as well. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you with just a piece of standard. This is photocopy paper, A5 photocopy paper, and I just want to, I don't want to go, I might go across like that today. So you're just going to tear your paper, really, to, you know, if you want big jagged pieces or some straight ones, up to you how you want to do it. So you're just going to pop that on, and I'm going to kind of go on diagonal this time, I think. So we're just going to pop that on there. You want this part here in the middle of your tearing. Okay, now there's a couple of options with this. You could use some washi tape to hold your card down, so that way you can make sure it doesn't move. I always suggest just taking the stickiness off a little bit, so that you get, so if you pop it on where your paper is going to go, so you don't end up with a big mark where your ink goes because you've got washi tape, or, you know, a big gap. And then you can pop your I'm just going to rip some of it off because I don't want that much. And so you can pop it on here like that, just so that it stays in place. The other option, which I'm going to give a go, which I didn't use the other day, but I was thinking about it as I was getting ready, and I thought actually magnets will work really well. So I've got this magnetic whiteboard that I've used for a couple of other things, and thought it would be quite good actually to be able to keep my paper in place of where I wanted it. Alright, get rid of that bit. Hi Lisa, you must be feeling a little bit tired with all that work that you've been doing with those chickens. It's looking amazing. Very lucky chickens that we have at school. I'm very lucky that you're doing all that work with them. Alright, I'm just going to pop that over a bit more. And kind of have it about there. So I'm just going to pop my magnets on there. Now, this could end up in a complete disaster, or it could work really well. Who knows? So I'm going to start with my lightest colour. I'm using Mango Melody, and I'm going to use one of our blending brushes to do that. I've done this with, I don't have daubers, but I've done, well, actually did a bit of a cleanup, found some. Hi, Catherine. Oh, they're playing silly buckets today. Yes, chickens will do that, won't they? Kind of testing. So you're just going to do like splotches of it. You're not going to go all the way over, because once you bring in your second colour, then obviously that's going to change. So I find it easier, even though I've got my magnets, I'm just going to hold my paper down. Now, come from the paper that you're using into, all right? So you're just going to make sure, because otherwise you can kind of see I didn't do it very well on this one, and you've got a little bit of blending underneath where the paper had moved. So I'm just going to start, and I'm just going to move. I just want to blend through here, and maybe here, and same from that side. So you want to make sure that you, if I lift this, you can see that here. So when you when it's finished, it looks like someone's ripped a piece of designer series paper and stuck it on, but actually you've done it very cleverly with ink. Alright, I'm going to put a little bit up the back here as well. Alright, so obviously the darker you blend it, the darker your colour is going to be, and then the more you have it kind of blending out when you put your second colour in, the more of a contrast, or a, not contrast, that's not the right word, let's put my finger in there, the more blending and colour variation you're going to use. So I've got some in this bit here, it's kind of gone a bit green from the Pacific Point. Right, so next colour, Pacific Point, and because I don't want streaks, I'm just kind of going to do that. And you're going to go over the top, just making sure that you can see what I'm doing and my hand's not in the way. You can go over the top of the other colour. Get that bit of paper out of the way because it's gonna. That's where I tore the washi, the washi tape off there. So then through the middle here, move that magnet out of the way. Come off your paper, off your mask. If you, Alison, you could use your masking tape. That would be really good. I wish you came out and buy. You can buy them online. I found the link for Debs the other day. You can buy them online, Alison, because they are just so nice to use. I kind of went and did a little bit of online shopping with a page that I was following from another demonstrator to do. Now I really want that blue in there. I've got a shelf to put them on because they were just in a drawer and had to pull them all out. So I got a nice little rack that they sit up nicely. Means that they can dry properly as well. It's so good. All right, so let me turn this around a little bit and get through this other end. So I don't know if you can see that, but down here I put a little bit of the Mango Melody. You can't see it. And I've gone straight over it, so it's got more of a green tinge right in the corner. So it depends on the colour effect that you want. That is annoying. Sorry, I started saying, Alison, you had that roll of adhesive masking tape that you bought. That would be perfect for this. Because you wouldn't have to worry about sticking it down because it won't move. Now I've got a big blue blotch, and that's not the effect that I wanted. Alright, so got a little bit of space down here. I'm just going to move it. I'd suggest that if you are using, like if you're putting washi tape or something onto a piece of paper, then I'd suggest that you make sure that you don't, well, for me, I like to be able to move it around and work in it, so I wouldn't stick it down to my table. So if you're wanting something like that, yes, Alison, yeah, the masking tape, you could tear that and then just stick it on either side of your card, and I would imagine it would work a whole lot nicer than this would, because you'll get those nice crisp lens. Now, I'm not really a fan of this too much because it's quite harsh joins of colours, so I'm going to just kind of go over that Mango Melody a bit more from this side. And it's made it a bit green, but I want to get rid of that harsh line there. And there. So this will work with any colours. I've found that, I think I've done it before, looks amazing with like neutrals and rusty kind of colours. And depending on the stamp set that you use as well. So, all right, I think I'm going to leave it there. And just close up my ink out of the way. And did it work? Let's reveal. There we go. So quite a jagged effect on my one. I did kind of where that paper rolled over. That was a little bit annoying, but never mind. Just carefully pull that off so it doesn't rip my paper. And then I can use it anyway. Now I just have to trim my my Mango Melody bit, because that's going to be mounted on that, and I don't want it to be must have thought I'd trimmed it and just had it ready to go. So you want this just your matte piece just to be slightly bigger than this. So all right. The measurements are on there for you. I've got it so that I've just got an edge around the outside. Again, you can trim that up. So, but have a play around with it and see what you like with your matting. I might trim that a little bit on the side. So, has anyone been making cards today? I made this really cool one. It's like a shaker card, and they're always, well, yeah, I find them sometimes a little bit tricky to get them so that they don't, the sequins don't stick to the adhesive tape on the side. But this one uses it. I saw it on, I think it's Patty Bennett. Oh, now I need to cut that one. Patty Bennett's thing that she found on Instagram, which was super cool, and it just uses a cellophane bag. And so I'm going to post that up shortly, because I'm thinking I might run a class with it, and I think it'll be super cool. And one of our Santa kits would make really good inserts in them, so keep your eyes peeled. And I think it might need to, at this stage, it's probably going to need to be an online class. But I'll show you at the end of this with what it looks like. Alright, so get that all ready to go. And obviously if you have that ready to go beforehand, then it's probably more helpful. Try to get myself organised, but apparently I'm not. So let me get that out of the way. I'm going to use a couple of these stamps just to fill in the gaps so it looks like Designer Series paper, and I'm going to stamp them with my Pacific Point. And you actually, before you take off your mats, you leave them on, because you need to keep them so that you don't get your ink or mat your stamps, but it's easier to leave these on. So let's just pop that there, and that one, there, and that one there. Alright, so I'm just going to stamp this one here. Oh, you're babysitting your grandson. 9:30 till 7. That is a nice time to be, a length of time to be spending with your grandson, Sandra. What a nice thing to do this weekend. Alright, so I'm going to pop that. Now, actually, I wanted to try and do this a bit more of a, I'm going to do portrait style this time, because that other one was landscape, just to give another option. So I'm just going to do it that way. I need to have my stamps up that way, and pop that there, like so. Maybe I'll just have two of those hanging down. Like so. Okay, so now we can move this off. And it's got ink on my washi tape. Damn. That's right. That's okay. That makes it handmade, doesn't it? Now, I'm just going to stamp Happy Birthday, and I'm going to pop that down the bottom here. Make sure I don't have ink on my hands. from that. So this is quite a nice font actually, but I'm just going to pop this down the bottom corner here. And oh, thank you. Gutting a bedroom. Oh, that definitely sounds like a long weekend job, gutting the bedroom and rejibbing it. Right, so I'm going to pop that on there like that. And then I'm going to pop this on here. So I'm just going to glue that. Pop it on here. Thank you to everybody who posted a card from Wednesday night. It was really lovely to see everyone's entries. There were some really pretty designs. That embossed resist is so nice. It just gives it just sometimes is just a little bit different than what we normally. So I'm going to put some dimensionals on here. So it gives it a bit of a lift, especially as it's essentially a one layer card. I did pop the greeting up on the first one that I did, but I didn't on this one. So it gives you an idea of different ways of doing it as well. And I figured that because I'd already messed up the matte layer and had to redo that, I didn't really want to fiddle around with matting up. Okay, so that's our finished card. So we've got one that way, and just looks like, hopefully, looks like a piece of DSP that we've just ripped just to add as a piece of interest. And I managed to do that again. But so that's the card for tonight. I hope that you will have a go at doing it. Like I say, if you don't have the blending brushes, the sponges will work as well. Just remember to make sure that you're coming off your masking into that blending area. And daubers will work as well. Blending brushes. What else? The old brayers might work as well. I've got those foam roller brayers. They might work as well. You could actually hold them as a sponge if you've got one of them and you don't have one of the other options. Right, so let me flip you around, and I'm just going to move some stuff so I don't put my arm in. This is the little card that I made. Makeup blending. Yeah, it is. Oh, yeah. A makeup blending sponge would work really nicely, actually, Lisa, because it's quite a good, especially those cone-shaped ones. They would work. So this is what I made on this afternoon, and so it's got the card base here that you can then write and put a sentiment on, and then it's got this clear piece over the top that when you close it, all the glitter is nicely sealed inside there. It's not going to come out. So I'm considering posting up that as a class. So if you're interested in that as a class, it can be an online class by mail, or it can be an online class. Most likely to be online anyway, but that's definitely an option that we can do. It'll just need to have some dates in place so that I can make sure that the materials are here in time. Right, I've got everyone's names up on the winning wheel from Wednesday's card. Thank you very much. So I'm just going to flip you around so that we can do that draw. Thank you, Heather. Hopefully a nice quick one. Quick one's a good one. And effective without having to do too much to it. So, all right, I'm going to flip you around. You see that? Let's talk you there. All right. And good luck, everybody. Thank you again. Oh, Andrea. Well, Andrea's camping, so she wasn't really sure what the Wi-Fi would be like. So congratulations, Andrea. I'll send you a message, but I will wait till Tuesday so that you can have a look at something that I can pop in the post for you to send down. And yeah, thank you very much for everybody for coming along and watching. I hope you give it a go, and I look forward to seeing what you've put up there for me for us to share. And I'm really loving how everyone is just so positive with everyone else's designs. So it's yeah, it's really awesome. So I'm glad that everyone is enjoying the opportunity, and especially for Aucklanders. But even outside Auckland, it's a nice chance to have a little bit of time to yourself, I suppose, isn't it? All right, you're welcome, Alison. Thank you. All right, well, take care. Have a nice week. I have got the card ready for, had a bit of a day yesterday. Got the card ready for Wednesday, so I will pop that up. What are we? I'll pop it up on Tuesday so that we don't get, because I like to pin it for you so it's at the top, and I can only pin one post at a time. So I'll pin the cards first, and then on Tuesday I will post the materials for Wednesday night's card. All right, look forward to seeing them all. Thanks very much. Bye.